All right, we have an emergency meeting, everybody. Emergency meeting. All right, so I'm sure you guys have heard the news by now, but it just got released a couple of minutes ago as I'm recording this video. And thank God I have off today, so I'm able to make this video and not have to wait till the end of the day. But Daniel Jones has been released. Before we get into the huge news, guys, this video is being sponsored by BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS for a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. Second and third are 125%. So yeah, take advantage, and you got to use the promo code YouTube150. Now let's get on to the news. This comes as a huge shock. Now, we all know Daniel Jones was benched following the Carolina Panthers game in which they lost, and going into the bye week, everybody thought, hey, this is probably a good time to try to move in another direction, and the first step of doing that is benching Daniel Jones, and they did just that. We saw RoundTable come out and said that he's been benched, that they're going to move in another direction. They're going to see what Tommy DeVito has. The whole Drew Lock thing, that's still a question mark, but that's a question for another time. And Daniel Jones got moved all the way down to like the fourth string quarterback because Tim Boyle, who I guess is on the practice squad right now, is like elevated over him. And then he was playing like scout team safety or something. But we saw Daniel Jones yesterday give a press conference, and I'll tell you right now, I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I felt so bad for the guy. I really do feel bad for him. But you guys know that this has to happen. This type of thing has to happen. And then this morning, just a couple of minutes ago, we saw this statement from the New York Giants. It says here, statement from Giants president John Mara on Daniel Jones. Daniel came to see me this morning and asked if we can release him. We mutually agreed that it would be best for him and for the team. Daniel has been a great representative of our organization, first class in every way. His handling of the situation yesterday exemplifies just that. We are all disappointed in how things have worked out. We hold Daniel in high regard and have a great appreciation for him. We wish him nothing but the best in the future. Man, that's a tough one, man. I'm not gonna lie. That pulled on the heartstrings a little bit. Because listen, at the end of the day, I don't hate Daniel Jones. Never have I ever said that at all. I don't hate him as a person. I know he's a great guy. I know everybody gravitates towards him. Saquon Barkley is like his best friend, and he holds no bad blood to Daniel Jones, even though Daniel Jones got the huge contract over Saquon Barkley, and the things between the contract negotiations, Saquon kept it between him and the Giants, never really took it out on Daniel Jones. As far as I know, they're still best friends. And you saw how the locker room responded when Daniel Jones was benched, and not only benched but thrown in as the fourth string quarterback. You saw how they all responded. So yeah, it does hurt a little bit. It does hurt in the way that things are going down. It's interesting though how Daniel Jones went up to John Mara, went up to the ownership, and asked to be released, not the GM. And I don't know if he had a conversation with RoundTable. Not that RoundTable really has a power in doing that, but the GM is really the guy I guess you would go to, right? Going all the way to the source of ownership is, man, maybe there's some bad blood with Daniel Jones and the GM as well. Maybe that's the case. And that's kind of confusing because Joe Shane was like the ultimate Daniel Jones cheerleader during Hard Knocks. We got to think that what if that was all kind of staged there? But as far as Daniel Jones goes, I do think this is the best situation for him because he can probably get in some playing time this season with another team. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks, hop around team. You saw Josh Dobbs do it last year and had success going to the Vikings. This could be good for Daniel Jones. Now, specifically who or where he would go, I don't know. I honestly would say that I think the biggest team right now, no pun intended, would be Dallas. Everything's bigger in Dallas. I think that he would be signed to the Dallas Cowboys and start playing for them soon. I don't know if it will be as soon as Thanksgiving Day where he can go up against the Giants. That would be hilarious. But I think a big target right now, or a big landing spot, would probably be Dallas for this season, because they're going through quarterback troubles. They have a really loud fan base, a fan base that expects a lot out of them. And even though nothing's going to happen as far as playoff race goes, they still have to show something on the field. They are America's team. They still have to put up a good product on the field. And Daniel Jones, we talk all this crap about Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones is far better of a quarterback than Cooper Rush or Tommy DeVito. Or he is better than Tommy DeVito, or Trey Lance. So probably Dallas. I don't really see another spot off the top of my head where he can go, but he may take up a backup spot somewhere. He may be like a Carson Wentz, where he just kind of goes to these better teams that want a higher quality backup just in case things go wrong. And he may have like a Carson Wentz type of career after the Giants, or maybe he finds himself in another starting position. Who knows? Who knows? So best of luck to Daniel Jones, man. Best of luck to Daniel Jones. I really hope that he goes out there and proves the Giants wrong. I really don't care. I know that. Same thing with the Evan Ingram situation, right? I knew, I had much more bad blood for Evan Ingram than I did for Daniel Jones. When Evan Ingram was released and he went to Jacksonville, yeah, did I talk my fair share of crap? Absolutely. But all in all, I did root for the guy. And when he had a phenomenal season with the Jacksonville Jaguars, I was the first person to go out there and say, damn, good job, Evan Ingram. Like, I'm glad that you got out of your own mental headspace. You found a new environment to play in. It wasn't your talent level. It was just, where you were at, bad environment, bad situation. And I'm not going to say the Giants ruined Daniel Jones, because they both played a part in that, in which the Giants did not do as much for Daniel Jones as they should have, but they gave him a lot of opportunities. They gave him a lot of time, but at the same time, Daniel Jones just did not sort of rise to the occasion. Maybe you can argue that he did that in the 2022 season, but after that, we really can't say Daniel Jones really rise to the occasion. We're not saying that he didn't put 110% effort. Anybody you talk to that knows Daniel Jones as a player, as a person, as a teammate, they all say the same thing about him. He puts in maximum effort. He puts in all his heart and soul into what he does in playing football. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. And I really feel bad for Daniel Jones, because it's not his fault that he got signed for $40 million. Listen, I've never worked in McDonald's before. If I worked in McDonald's and I did an average job, and the manager comes up to me and said, hey, like, I think you can be the head manager here. Like, I think you can do that. You're going to get a huge pay increase. You're going to get a huge raise. What do you say to that? I would say, even though I don't know what the hell I'm doing and I don't think I'm that good, I would say absolutely. Hell yeah. But I want the money. So I don't blame Daniel Jones for the contract. I don't blame Daniel Jones for the expectations that were set. I think the franchise just put so much into him, even though they didn't do much for him early on in his career. They put so much into him, so much stock into him, that they kind of gassed up the environment into thinking that he was actually going to be worth the contract that he was signed for. So that being said, I really feel for him. I hope that he does well. I hope that he goes out there and starts for another team and maybe is a bridge for another. I don't see him being another franchise quarterback. I can see him being a spot starter somewhere. I can see him being a bridge. I can see him doing that. He's definitely, if he's a backup quarterback, he's definitely one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. No doubt about it. Let's be completely honest about that. He'll definitely be one of the best backups in the league. But I don't see him being like a full-time starter for a team where a team is putting everything behind him. I just don't see that. But yeah, let's see where he goes. Best of luck to him. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. What do you guys think about the situation? Daniel Jones has been released. He is no longer a New York Giant. No, it's kind of poetic, right? Kind of poetic that he starts his career starting against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Tampa, getting that big win there in replacement of Eli Manning, and then his career ends with the Giants about to go up against the Buccaneers. So that is pretty poetic in a sense. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And we'll see you all next time.